Hey everyone, here's my collection of 4x4 and bigger cubes. There's various types in here, a couple of sticker variations, different sizes, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, going all the way up to an 11x11. And in fact, the only thing crazier than an 11x11 is picking up an 11x11 to reveal another 11x11. Let's spread them all out and see what's inside. These are all the 4x4s and bigger out of the box, or I mean out of the bucket this time. There's a fair number of duplicates, so this actually won't take that long to go through. I'm going to remount the camera and show a closer look at some of these cubes. Okay, here they are for a closer look. Let me start with some of the 4x4s. I have some Eachine 4x4s over here in black and white. An Eachine one. This one turns really well. Let's see. As well as this is a tiled version of a 4x4 that I haven't seen before. But it feels kind of nice. Here, the tiles are the entirety of the actual puzzle itself, so it's very hard to see the actual cube beneath the tile, and that's a bit unusual for tiled puzzles. Usually you can see more of the puzzle behind it. I have a Rubik's 4x4 back here. This is an old style one, as well as one of the newer styles over here, which has more of a clicky feel to it. I also have a Mefferts 4x4. Very nice, smooth moving puzzle. And as you can see, the difference between the tiles of the one I was talking about before and this one, you can see much more of the white puzzle underneath, whereas here this one is a transparent puzzle, but you can barely see any of the transparent pieces at all behind the tile. There's also a 4x4 studio cube. This is studio cubes are cubes that are made out of the actual Rubik's factory in Hungary, and they come in this box. Chances are, if you don't know you have a studio cube, you probably don't have a studio cube, because you'd really have to know. And also I have a pillowed 4x4. There's also an Eachine variation, a Super Cube 4x4, where the object is not to just get the colors on the center, but to match up the edges. So these blue pieces have to match up with this blue side, and these red pieces have to match up, but also these blue edges have to match up with the blue side. It makes it more difficult to solve. Oh yeah, pillowed one in white. Okay, some of the 5x5s. Here's a 5x5 old style Rubik's Cube. Hopefully I can bring this up to the camera close enough so that you can see that logo. Also a more modern 5x5. These modern 5x5s turn very well. They're surprisingly good. As anyone who's seen my collection before has noticed, I have several different Rubik's 5x5 and actually a couple of Rubik's 4x4. What happened was they were on sale, and I planned to make sticker mods of several of them, but I just never got around to it. I think there have been a couple of questions on the video of why I have so many, and it's just sticker mods. They were meant to be sticker mods, but I have a lot of projects going on with my Twisty puzzles as far as just putting on stickers and things like that, and I literally just haven't gotten around to getting the stickers that I would desire for these sticker mods. That's all there is to that. Oh yeah, here's some Eachine 5x5s. Eachine puzzles are they feel really smooth in your hand. Another Eachine 5x5. And Let's see. Yeah, this is a Mefferts 5x5 as well. It has a slightly different feel from any of the other 5x5s. It feels heavier than most of the other cubes, and the tiles feel really solid. This is, if it's made by Mefferts, then it's probably going to be a really solid puzzle. There's also pillowed 5x5s that are out there. And that leads us, here's also a Studio Cubes 5x5 puzzle. There are Studio Cubes for 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, and 5x5 puzzles. And they all come out of the factory in Hungary. That leads us to the V-Cubes. These are the new cubes on the market, and the difference between V-Cubes and the rest of the cubes are that the internal mechanism of a V-Cubes can go down to a 2x2, but also up to an 11x11, which was not previously possible. This is a 5x5 in black, and I have several different V-Cubes. As you can see, they're all over the place. I have 5x5, 6x6, and 7x7. I'm going to pull up a 6x6 over here. There's a bit of a clicky mechanism that has to do with the internal mechanism of the puzzle itself. Excuse me. But supposedly something is being done about that for future versions. We'll see what happens when those new developments come to light. And then there's a couple of different versions of the 7x7. This is a full colored version of the puzzle. The corners and the centers are left blank, and that makes the puzzle a little bit harder to solve because it's harder to know which side should go where. And also there's an illusion puzzle where every side is the same, except for this side. This side's a little bit different, and so you have to figure out how these pieces match up with the rest of the sides of the puzzle. Alright, there are also pillowed 6x6 cubes, but these are some of the most fragile puzzles that I have. It really can't stand much stress. And sometimes it feels like you can actually move quickly with the puzzle, but chances are if you take it for granted and you start treating it a bit like a speed cube, it's going to pop apart on you. There's some strange pressures inside this puzzle. Oh yeah, also the 5x5 super cube. I already just talked about how the 4x4 works. This works the same way. That leads us over to the big cubes in the back. This one's a 9x9, and it feels pretty smooth in your hand, but it also has strange kinds of pressures inside that make it really unstable. If you can see this edge along here, I'm going to squeeze in with my thumb and my index finger on this cube that's next to the edge, and watch this line. If you can see, I'm just pressing it a little bit, but it's bending outward. That's because there's some strange pressures working on the internals of this puzzle. And if you turn it the wrong way, it's going to explode on you. So it gives a false sense of smoothness on it, but really it's kind of unstable. However, that is not the case with the 11x11. This 11x11 is huge. You're probably not going to solve this very often. It's more of a shock and awe cube than anything else, where it just knows it's bigger and better than you. But the turning on this one is really, really, really good. Undeniably great. The only difficulty with the puzzle is the actual size of the pieces themselves. It's just hard to hold in your hand unless you have extraordinarily large hands. You're probably going, if you're going to do a solve with it, you're probably going to want to have to use a table or at the very least your lap if you're not solving at a table. But the actual turning itself is wonderful. I've never had any worries about turning this puzzle in terms of having it blow up on me because pieces pop out of it. Extremely stable. Really nice. I have several other puzzles in here, but they're pretty much duplicates. I have a large number of duplicates in this set. And this is my set of 4x4 and larger cubes.